Have you ever really stopped to think about breathing? I mean, it just happens, right? It feels so automatic, so simple. But it's not. Not even close. Today, we're going to follow one single breath on this incredible journey deep inside your body to see how that simple little act powers, well, everything you do. So let's go. You know those days, right? You just feel totally drained, like your personal battery is blinking red. And you might think, oh, I just need more sleep or maybe another coffee. But the real reason you feel energized or completely exhausted, it all starts with the air you breathe, and a process happening on a scale so small it's kind of hard to imagine. See, the thing is, breathing isn't really about filling your lungs with air. That's just the first step. It's actually about delivering fuel, specifically oxygen, to trillions, that's trillions with a T, of tiny little power plants inside your body. It's about lighting this microscopic fire that creates the energy that lets you think, move, and just live. Okay, so before we start this whole journey, we need a map. It just makes sense, right? And the map of our body is built in these amazing layers, starting from the ridiculously small and getting more and more complex. So at the very bottom, you've got cells. These are the basic building blocks of you. Now, when a bunch of similar cells get together to do a specific job, they form tissues. Then you take different kinds of tissues, combine them, and boom, you've got organs, like your heart or your lungs. And finally, when organs team up for a big picture goal, you get an organ system. And our journey today, it's all about the respiratory system. All right, map in hand, let's begin. Go on, take a breath in with me right now. We're going to follow that exact breath as it says goodbye to the outside world and enters the wild, intricate pathways of your lungs. First stop on our tour, your nose and mouth. Think of this as the bouncer at the front door. It's your body's first line of defense. You've got these tiny hairs and a layer of sticky mucus that work like a super high-tech filter, trapping all the gunk, dust, pollen, you name it, before it can get any further. So once it's been cleaned up, the air keeps moving down, right past your voice box and into the main airway. This is the trachea, or as you probably know it, the windpipe. This is basically the superhighway that leads straight to your lungs. But get this, there is some seriously cool engineering going on here. Your trachea isn't just some flimsy tube. No way. It's held open by these strong, C-shaped rings of cartilage, so it can't just collapse on itself. And the inside, it's lined with these microscopic little hairs called cilia that are constantly sweeping mucus and any trapped dirt up and out of your lungs. It's a self-cleaning pipe. How amazing is that? So, at the bottom of this highway, the trachea splits. It's a fork in the road. These two new tubes are called the bronchi. And yep, you guessed it. One branch heads off to your left lung, and the other one goes to your right. We're getting deeper now, and we are getting really close to the main event. The final destination. This is where the real magic happens. This is the point where the air we've been following finally hands off its precious cargo. Inside each lung, that branching just keeps going. The bronchi split into smaller and smaller tubes called bronchioles. It's like a tree, with branches getting finer and finer. And at the very, very end of these tiny little branches, you find these little clusters of balloon-like air sacs. These are the alveoli. And this is our final stop. Okay, I want you to just look at this number for a second. 300 million. What in the world could that be referring to? That is roughly how many of those tiny alveoli you have packed into each of your lungs. That's not the total, that's per lung. It's an incredible number, and it creates a gigantic surface area. If you spread it all out, it'd be about the size of a tennis court. All of it crammed inside your chest. And it's right here, across this huge surface, that oxygen from the air you breathed in finally makes the leap into your bloodstream. So, the air's journey is done. But this brings us to probably the most important point of this whole thing. It's a really common mix-up that we need to clear up right now. Because that physical act we just followed, that's not the whole story. Remember our map from the beginning? We said it all starts with cells. Well, the entire purpose of that long journey, from your nose all the way down to your alveoli, was just to get oxygen to every single one of your cells. More specifically, to these little engines inside the cells called mitochondria. These are the powerhouses. And this right here is the big difference. Breathing is the mechanical part, the physical act of moving air in and out. Think of it as the delivery service. Respiration, on the other hand, is the chemical reaction that happens inside the cell, where those mitochondria use the oxygen to unlock energy from your food. So breathing makes respiration possible. So let's connect all the dots. Why do you feel energized? Why does a nice deep breath feel so good? It's all because of the incredible payoff from this whole process. And this is the key. Cellular respiration is this chemical reaction that's happening constantly, nonstop in all of your living cells to create usable energy. So that feeling of being energized, that's not just some vague idea. It is literally the result of trillions of successful chemical reactions made possible by the oxygen you just took in. Okay, so let's just quickly recap that incredible trip. Air comes in your mouth and nose, gets filtered, zips down the trachea, splits into the bronchi, weaves through all the little bronchioles, and finally arrives at an alveolus. And there, the oxygen jumps into the blood, ready to be delivered to every cell in your body. All of that in a single breath. So there you have it, from a simple, automatic inhale all the way to a complex chemical reaction that powers your entire existence. The whole system is so elegant, so efficient, and it is absolutely vital. Which kind of leaves us with one last thought, doesn't it? If this microscopic journey is so essential for creating all of our energy, what happens to our bodies and to our lives when it doesn't work the way it's supposed to?